Before I start my day, nothing quite... Wait, which camera? Nothing quite beats the soft, sultry taste of a latte tea coffee with no actual discerning label whatsoever. It's generic, but great.
What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? I'm Ryan Weller, and welcome on into the Player Space, where we get to hang out with some of my cool, awesome developer or voice actor friends. And speaking of which, here's Anthony Ingruber.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Welcome on in.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like how you slipped right there into the announcer voice. You're
Hello,
like,
guys. And here we are. We're joined by Anthony Ingruber. That 1920s voice.
Yeah, perfect. If you just want to talk like
He's a big star from the Hollywood pictures. I'm Anthony Ingruber. I'm playing the Joker, or John Doe, as he's known. And if you know me, I'm mostly known for my impressions on YouTube and for playing Harrison Ford in The Age of Adeline, thanks to YouTube. And that's also how I got cast as John Doe. They found my impressions of Jack Nicholson, the Joker, and Heath Ledger, the way he did it, and then of course Mark Hamill, and they thought, well, if he can do these three, what can he do for himself? Like, what can he invent? Still learning as I'm going, but the cool thing is that it's not quite the Joker yet. It's John Doe, and so everything is a bit more dialed back. But yeah, hopefully this season I'll be able to just let it out.
We are going to be getting into our, I am so excited, Batman Season 2, Episode 1. Are you excited? Is the excitement palatable? Just look at that face. That face says everything.
Just the sweat on the mic is just...
It starts like shorting out, just electrocuting right there. So what do you think, Anthony?
Yeah. No, it's exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah, what's really cool, what I'm really excited about is, like, we had season 1 where you were John, you were a more subdued kind of character, and so I'm really looking forward to this season.
Well, yeah, this is still, from my understanding, it's still going to be John, but I think things are going to take a dark turn if the player wants that to happen, which is very cool.
If they do. If
they're inclined.
Gee, I wonder if anybody will be inclined.
Well,
at all.
Yeah, I don't know. If I make the choices, I'm probably going to go with keeping Joker as a friend.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to be buddy old pals,
I think
old
so.
friends?
Yeah.
Your dear Bruce.
Yes. Brucey, we can share a cup of cocoa together. Act.
Now, real quick, I'm going to guess from what we did previously.
Purple, please.
Purple all the way.
Yeah.
All right.
High five. Yeah. Yeah. So, what was I saying?
You were talking about when you were in the booth.
Yeah. So I had to wipe the whole Mark Hamill thing from my mind and go back to that voice that I had created, but also dial everything back. Mm-hmm. So because they were always telling me, we want him to come across kind of charming in a creepy, unsettling way. So everything, it couldn't be too like, hey, how are you? It needed to be more like, hi, how are you? Like they wanted it to be
they were a little bit more subdued.
Like they wanted a voice that could be neutral at times, like almost normal but still unsettling. Yeah. And that was how it started.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing your role going into this season, because we had some iconic characters, flip them on their head in the first season, and their interactions with Bruce and Batman and everything else. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how we can do the same thing on this one, especially with your character. Because, it's so strange. You don't often think of a bat and then it's polar opposite being a Joker. But in this universe, it very much works. And so because of that, the Joker's been one of the most iconic villains, I dare say.
Well, yeah, he's the exact opposite of Batman. Batman is very serious and very brooding and, I take no pleasure in anything. And then the Joker just delights in being the villain. And, there's been so many incarnations of him and so many brilliant portrayals that it is very daunting to play that. And also, to play him as John Doe and just take everything that the players expect him to do,
Yeah.
and just flip the script and do it totally differently. And it's scary, but it's also at the same time it's exciting because you don't just want to do the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, like, you know, with the fear gas, the Joker gas, and then you know, squirting flour and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that stuff is amazing. I mean, I'm a huge Joker fan, but it's been done a lot, you know.
Yes,
and
it has.
people are like, you know, so a character that iconic, you want to include him because you can't really not include him, but you want to do it differently. You want to try to do something original with it.
You do want to allow people to be surprised.
Yeah.
Because if you stick to the same thing, like, okay, it does tap in that nostalgia, but then again, they're not going to have any.
Yeah, but
surprises
I mean, you know, that's the great thing about the Telltale approach is that they're giving the branching options. So if people want the nostalgia, if they want the clown prince of crime, the, you know, psychotic jester, you can choose that.
Yeah.
Or you can go the opposite route and keep the John Doe way. And that's, you know, and I think that's really cool. So instead of forcing the players to fight John, regardless, you can keep him on side, or you know, keep him as an ally.
That's true.
In a way. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be best buddies, but it won't. I don't think it's going to be quite the same outcome.
He's not going to become the new Robin, you know.
I would love that. He gets his own little outfit. How do I look, Bruce?
He's got we want little
he's
short
got the briefs.
shorts.
Are these tight enough?
Oh,
I really want to show what I got, Bruce. I'm quite proud of it. Let me show you my laughing fish. I'm sorry. This is a G-rated game.
Oh, entirely.
Or
so
is
G.
it, what is the rating on this?
You know, it's
quite violent. I mean,
yeah. So going more for the mature.
Okay,
area,
so
know.
they can handle it.
They can,
I hope.
They can
just get all
handle
these
it.
angry letters.
You know what? Let's just hack that.
I'm here
show.
for the violence.
No, they're here for to see the Joker in the little tiny briefs.
They've updated the character art as well, quite a lot.
A little bit.
Bruce looks, and Alfred both look.
God, I want those contacts.
Yeah, Bruce has got the. Where does he get those wonderful toys? You know?
Oh my God! How many times has anyone ever said that about anything? I mean, good Lord.
I say that to the staff at Telltale. You got all those like models and stuff, and the action figures.
It is true. You walk
Every
around.
desk, it's like, where did you get that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
It is true. We you look at our desks, and some of us definitely look like we're kind of bigger kid types.
Yeah,
you know, the amount of
definitely.
stuff
I
that
think
we
you'd
in
have
there.
to be. If you weren't a nerd, you
I'm
wouldn't.
undercover.
You don't deserve to work on this job.
Exactly.
You know.
You gotta have fun with where you work. If not, then it becomes too much like work. Oh, I don't know if you saw that cane right there.
I did.
So, out of all the villains, so you know, of course, playing the Joker and whatnot. If you had your pick of any other villain to play in
The Batman.
in the Batman universe, what do you think it would be?
I don't know. I think a character who isn't that iconic. Like Joker is. I mean, the bar is so high.
Yeah.
And there's such pressure there, and such expectation to on the one hand do something new, but on the other hand, you know, do what people love and what they expect.
Yeah.
So I suppose I would like a character who isn't well known, like the Great White Shark. You know, what was his name? See, he's that unknown that, like, you know, who was he again?
Yeah.
But there was a comic book called the New Fish or something, and it's about a guy who embezzled and then he pretended to be insane. Gets sent to Arkham because he thinks like, oh, this is going to be easy, and he turns into this monster. Like he loses all of his hair and he turns white and he becomes the Great White Shark or whatever.
I have not.
It's an amazing character, and he was such a smarmy prick that, you know, and I think I would have a lot of creativity and freedom to do whatever I'd want.
Of course, yeah, because I mean, like that. I mean,
because it's never been done.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it is for the adults then.
no, this is My Little Pony level.
Oh man, it's the Minecraft story mode audience. That we're
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Once again, he's sleeping.
Yeah,
he's sleeping.
It's asleep. He
Yes.
just gave him dermabrasion.
It's
With a
but
sickle.
Yeah, it's but a flesh wound.
Jesus, the Riddler. Man.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
just remember the Frank Gorshin Riddler.
yeah, and well, that's also the thing that I remember.
And Jim Carrey.
Oh God.
I love Jim. He's amazing.
I loved his performance because you could just tell out of anybody in that movie,
He was the one who was enjoying himself.
He was really
the only
having a lot
one.
of fun.
Tommy Lee Jones just looked miserable. Just,
But I will say, the Riddler has definitely taken as much as the Joker has. They really have kind of changed from being not really threatening to.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing that in this Riddler so far, is way more aggressive than Joker.
Yeah,
which is interesting. Like Joker has beaten somebody up and that's it.
Yeah,
and he saved Bruce Wayne's life.
Yeah,
that's all he's done. Like he hasn't done anything. Oh, and he cut that dude.
And yeah.
What happens if you make a tally mark? Yeah. So yeah, that's the interesting thing. Like Riddler is usually like, here, have a puzzle.
Yeah, and then that's
it. Now he's just like, oh yeah, I'll just straight up shank you. Does Riddler have to cut a bitch?
That feels like it's straight out of the original Batman.
Yeah.
Where like the car stops right next to the kneecap.
Yeah, the Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if he couldn't say stop.
Oh
yet,
yeah, Vicky Vale just loses her knees. It'll grow back, don't worry.
So what was your, so far in this episode that we can talk about, what was your favorite part thus far to voice?
Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. Should I?
Well, let's just kind of talk about it, because
okay.
because I know, once again, our scripts go through different iterations, and it changes, from time to time. Maybe we want to have something go in a different direction.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with Telltale, perfect example, when I recorded for the trailer, that was 4 lines.
Yeah.
And I spent 2 hours in the booth with Murad going over it because they just wanted like as many different reads as possible. So I will record a line very aggressively and very animated.
Yeah.
And then I'll do one that's very neutral and almost like I'm talking to you now.
Yeah.
And then all different emotions in there and stuff. With John, they want, charming, then they want insecure, which I was surprised. They were like, do it more like you're very nervous to meet Bruce again, like you're like a first date. That was like the direction. So I made him very like, hi, how are you doing? And stuff. And then another one like, hey Bruce, how you doing? And that was interesting to play as many different personality shifts in like one line as possible, instead of just like, hi. It's like we ran the gamut of how many different ways you could say
sounds like it was 4.
It was 5. It's 5 hours of a session, and then by the end you're like, the lines lose all meaning because you've said them so many times. But
it looks like so far what we've seen the Riddler, he's going straight up Saw in here.
He is. Like that's how
With, a death chamber.
Yeah. What's it? John something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to play a game. Ironically, he sounds like Christian Bale.
He does actually. He does. Maybe the reveal someday.
Yeah,
it is.
It is Christian. He just snapped. It's that's like the plot twist.
Batman has gone
It's American.
insane.
Well, he was American Psycho.
That's true.
That would be amazing fan fiction.
If somebody could tie them
the
all
American
together.
Psycho guy is Batman, and he's also Saw. Like that's his journey.
There you go. Okay, YouTube.
Write it. Do it.
That's.
Yeah. You like Huey Lewis in the news? Alfred, I've got a problem here.
Hello.
Master Wayne, I don't think this is the perfect time to be playing with your toys.
That's
Just
right.
Scolding him.
So in case you can't tell, this guy does an amazing Michael Caine.
I try to.
And that's all I can hear whenever we see Alfred.
Yes,
is
you
Michael
are so important to me, Master Wayne. I don't want you to throw it away with your toys in the gambling casino.
I love Mike. Oh, I swore. Is that
Oh no!
Oh, is that all right? Okay.
Like I said, I'll
you can bleep that.
I'll hit you with the bleep.
And they updated Gordon's look as well. He's got a real jutting. Who does he look like? He looks a bit like Bryan Cranston.
Now I'm never going to be able to unsee that.
He would make an amazing.
Which one would you rather do?
action.
Hit them with tear gas or make
Tear
frontal
gas, man.
Okay.
Make them cry.
All right.
We need a distraction, Alfred.
Make them all cry.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll tell them my life story.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Cranston.
Oh God.
Oh, that is
Oh.
brutal. Oh,
Oh.
come on, guys.
I don't believe that's it.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh. Mmm. I like my fingers.
The 5 little piggies is one short.
Let's bash.
Yeah, take him out. Oh, yeah.
Oh. You know what? Slam into.
Whee!
Oh.
Oh, God.
Bet it on black.
Shoot the hostage.
Oh crap.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, this Riddler is really
What a dick.
out for blood.
He is a dick. Hit all the targets, dude. Come on. Come on.
There we go.
Don't mess this up, Bruce. You've only got one chance.
Great, yeah, you have Michael Caine just inside your head.
That
just
would be
going,
great.
You're
That would be
so
great. Like
stupid.
optional commentary.
No, he's just berating Batman the entire time.
Ryan, I wish we could stay here forever and ever and ever.